Hey, this is Justin with DayTradeTheMarkets.com on Thursday, the 16th of August, 2012, and I wanted to take a look at the emini S&P from today. And it seems like weeks now of 5 and 10 point ranges, and we actually got a little bit of movement today. We had about a 15 or 16 point range, which is not that great in the big scheme of things, but of late it certainly was kind of nice. But rather than kind of looking at the whole day, I wanted to zoom in on what we consider to be the key structure of the day before we had the breakout higher, and really kind of talk about how we look at that and how we make sense of that. But in order to do that, we first have to put things in a bit of context. And so each day we have what we call our daily market assistant. And so heading into this day, our bias obviously was up. Our bigger picture bias was up. And we were looking at a couple of key levels. Potential resistance at 07, and then support around the 01, 0150 area. Okay, so that's kind of the bigger picture bias or the context heading into the day. Okay, so again, heading into the day, we know our bigger picture bias is up. I've put a red line at the 07 area, which was potential resistance, and then some green lines around this 01, 0150 area. Okay, so that's kind of the context heading in. Now I want to zoom in on the first couple of hours of trading and try to help you make sense of that. So what I've done here is I've zoomed in on the first couple of hours of trading, and I've taken off everything from the chart except for the aggression bar. So I've taken off the deceleration bars, I've taken off the filter, I've taken off the support resistance zone, and we're just left with these aggression bars. And you can see that early on we opened and we kind of tested into the 07 area and sold off. Then we tested down in here to this 0150 area. We had a nice deceleration right there. And so from a bigger picture standpoint, I mean, this is not a bad spot to be looking to get into the market, but I'm not going to discuss that at this point. And then you can see we headed higher and tested into this 07 area. Okay, but at this point, as you can see, we've just had the light pink and the light green bars, so level 1 bars. So what I want to do now is take off the level 1s and just put on the level 2 and 3s and show you that. And so when I do that, you can see we don't have any what we call major structures until a little bit after 11 o'clock Eastern, where we get these 2 level 2 selling bars followed quickly by a level 2 buying bar. And again, putting this in context, we've had, I don't know, it seems like 2 weeks of just choppy, range-bound trading. And so, in hindsight, we know that the market rallied today, but at this time, you're thinking, okay, that's a very reasonable expectation that the market might sell off from this 07 resistance area, right? But we want to see, do we have follow through below these level 2 selling bars? And you can see we actually have a bit of a fight there for about 5 minutes between bulls and bears. We have some aggressive selling and then some aggressive buying, and we basically, this is kind of the decision point of the market on this day. What's it going to do? And if we kind of put brackets or so around these bars, we just want to see what happens. Do we, we test below by a tick, we tested above by a tick, and it wasn't until we broke out on this bar that it's our first sign that it appears, and our expectation, obviously bigger picture is up, so we prefer that it would go up just to fit our expectation. But you can see we have this battle right at the resistance area. This is kind of the decision point. Then we break out with a level 2 buying aggression bar, and obviously our expectation, if you've seen our other videos, is that the low of this bar should hold, and that's exactly what happened. And then we rallied into the rest of the day. And so you have other tools at your disposal to use, like the intraday support resistance zones, deceleration bars, the filter, which is turning green at this point, and so forth. I've just stripped the chart down on this image just to show the level 2 and level 3 bars, and you can see that as we go further in the day, we have more these strong buying bars, and we just keep rallying into the day, into the end of the day, basically. And so my point is just to show you how it's important to kind of put things into context, and then when you're able to put things into context, you can use these aggression bars to really give you a pretty good understanding of which side is in control. Again, just wanted to point out that this was kind of the key structure, at least in our opinion, how we look at the market of the day. And when the bulls essentially won that battle, certainly you're going to want to stay away from the short side, and getting long is a pretty safe bet in this market environment. So just wanted to show that, kind of simplify things, and look at that. Let us know if you have any questions at all. We'll be happy to help or to answer those. And good trading on Friday. Take care.